Before, climate ilikuwa sio namna hii, ilikuwa ni nzuri. Population ilikuwa iko chini kabisa ya binadamu pamoja na mfugo. Lakini sasa hii tumefinikwa na mfugo kutoka northeastern, ng'ombe na mbuzi. Hii mwaka hatujapata mvua, na saa hii tunahofia sana, kwa sababu wakati kama huu ambaye tunaogopa ukame ama ukame itokea, mfuko zetu zilikuwa zinaenda Tana Delta. Saa hii Tana Delta yenyewe hakuna mvua wala hakuna mfuriko ya maji.
Tana River County faces three main hazards which can easily turn into a disaster if not well managed. Drought is normally ranked as the highest, most significant disaster which happens in Tana River County. This is followed by floods. And finally, they are facing conflicts issues. And this conflict can easily turn into violent conflict where there will be a loss of lives and loss of property. Some of these disasters happen before community fully recover from one. Like for example, recently we were in drought, and part of Tana River now is facing flooding. And this flood water is not from the rains in Tana River, but it's from the rains in upper country.
CISP brings in sectoral expertise across different other countries where they operate. How we plug into this project is we are bringing our sector expertise in the sectors of disaster risk reduction, livelihoods, DRR, disaster risk reduction, and nutrition. And we are trying to embed that in working with partners and national government to see if we can contribute towards building resilience of communities in Tana River County who've been impacted negatively by the impacts of cyclical changes in weather conditions due to climate change.
Nature Kenya work within the Rebuild Partnership is also looking at new approaches, new areas of income generation. We call these areas of income generation nature-based enterprises. They include things like beekeeping, teaching farmers how to keep bees and harvest honey, which has immediate market. There is no honey that ever gets damaged or spoiled. And the local market for honey, wherever it is as good as the same price in the supermarkets. That's good value for money for farmers.
Every time when we move into a community, the first thing we will do is, of course, the household or community identification. Where is it that we want to invest? Where does our investment matter the most? And which are these women that we really want to work with? GROOTS came in to bring that strength, the strength on women empowerment, the strength on dismantling and advocating against systems that suppress or keep women down, and our experience in championing for gender equality. And this is within the context, the overall context of community resilience building, which is the major aim of the Rebuild program.
Some of the risks that we face is risks due to resource-based conflicts, risk due to loss of livestock and crop, again due to the climate hazards. We are addressing that through provision of livestock insurance, index-based livestock insurance, as well as crop yield insurance. We are also looking at working to build sustainable peace in the community, especially along the boundary areas where we have conflict between the farmers and the pastoralists.
The local authority are an important partner, and I can give an example of the veterinary services department, because they've been in this community way before we even developed this program. They understand them. They also have the technical expertise that would be very useful and are very useful for the intervention that we are implementing. So So we reach out to them to draw our action plan for the community. We tap into their expertise. We are also using them as resource people, but also to give us technical advisory and also political advice regarding how to interact with the community and how to make sure that the interventions that we are having are complementing to the county government plans and strategy in Tana River. And that's why the people who are leading the vaccination process is really the Department of Vet Services, even though it's GROOTS that is the lead in that intervention.
Msimu ambaye tunapata hii maji haswa ni short rain. Haijawahi kuonekanwa akiwa kavu. Lakini saa hii kwa vile mara mnapata, mara tunakosa, huwa ni tuko hatarini. Sasa tunashukuru leo tulikumbukwa na serikali. Hao watu wa county walikuja pamoja na CISP.
The reason why we want to have this done is because we realized that the water pan, it has been contaminated because the community are accessing water directly, and also livestock are drinking water from the same. It has brought a lot of pressure in terms of health. Because of the contamination, we have realized there are so many water communicable diseases that we would like to reduce.
Hii kisima ikifunguliwa haina haja ng'ombe yetu kuteremka mto Tana, ambayo saa ingine inatokea clashes, msongamano ya ng'ombe, haina haja. Tunaweka huko juu, malisho ziko, nyasi ziko, ni tu ile ambayo inatufanya tuteremke kule ni ukosefu ya maji.
Nature Kenya is working with the farmers to improve breeds of goats, to increase milk production, which is going to supplement the diet, protein content of the diet of the people of the Tana Delta, while at the same time increasing the protein content of the goats that the people in the Tana Delta produce. To deliver these livelihoods initiatives, Nature Kenya is working with the partners to enhance the ability of the people, empower the people to be able to take charge of their lives. Farmers are involved in rice production. They are involved in producing green grams. They are also growing maize. And recently we have even introduced some cash crops like sunflower and the simsim, because the people also need some money to buy the elements in their life that they are unable to afford.
Procasur is involved with the knowledge management, which entails documenting best practices emanating from the project and lessons learned, and also undertaking a learning route, which is a peer-to-peer learning mechanism where communities learn from other communities.
We believe that knowledge management and Procasur's role is to create linkages between those actors and between those actions and interventions as well. For the Rebuild project, we built a platform, the Ecap Platform, which is an online digital space for each partners and stakeholders and donors and community leaders to share their results, their challenges, the documentation, the resources that they gather from the field, and to share it with other actors that are involved in the project, creating a common place where we can start to see sustainability.
Everything is integrated and interconnected. WASH is integrated with agriculture and food security and with peacekeeping. So intervening in any one of these sectors alone probably would be insufficient to address all of the complex challenges. When it comes to resource management, when it comes to water maybe, what we do under the Rebuild project is create dialogue and structured dialogues between communities who might be vying for the same resources. And it's incredible how much of an impact it can have when you bring people together in a very humanizing way. CISP Kenya we try to adopt a multi-level approach to all of our projects. So this means that we work first at the household level through service provision and capacity building. Second, at the community level, through supporting positive changes in social norms and behaviors that are key for community well-being. Third, at the society level, where we support civil society organizations in lobbying for their rights and advocating for policy change where it matters. And fourth, at the institutional level, where we try to strengthen government systems and also generate research and evidence, which can then inform county policies and strategies.
Communities in Tana River, they've received Rebuild project in a very positive way, because as opposed to many other activities or projects which are basically on a response mode, whereby it's like emergency crisis, you finish and go, Rebuild thinks about building institutions and also putting mechanisms which will be long-living with this community. They are building structures which will help them, the communities, to live better in future.
The community groups and the people of Tana River are the ones who are the center of the interventions, of the trainings. And this is the only way that we can achieve success in our project and sustainability after the project is complete.
We envision a situation where the producers, the people of the Tana, understand their rights, understand their role, understand the role of government, and are able to negotiate for budgetary support from government to sustain the basic elements that are being implemented by the Rebuild initiative.
Drought is a tremendous challenge in Kenya. The only way this can be addressed is really proactively by building resilience, rather than being reactive and waiting for disaster to strike and then to respond to it. We from the European Union are in there together with Kenya. We want to partner with you on this. We have demonstrated in the past that we have built and forged a very strong partnership, and we will continue to doing so in the future, notably with counties, and hence we're very proud with our partnership and our program with Tana River.
One of the key things we've learned working with communities in Tana River is that they are a very inspiring group. They are willing to learn. They are willing to even provide opportunities. We actually learn a lot from them. They actually have a lot of indigenous knowledge that can be utilized to trigger resilience building at the community level. And they are also, their voices need to be heard. Their voices need to be able to influence policy at county level.